Just give me. We'll also be joined by Mr. Sunil Gavaskar now on our broadcast, building up to this final India-South Africa. Sai, first up, it is a big day. It is quite hot and humid in Barbados. We've been giving our fans the weather update as well. But just set this this final up for us. There is one team that hasn't won the ICC trophy for a very long time. The Indian team, they've been consistent. They've been reaching the semi-finals, the finals of tournament, but have faltered at the last end. Then there is South Africa playing a final for the very first time at the senior level. This is, of course, uncharted territory for the South African team. My question to you is, Saibai, which team do you think will be under more pressure? India for not having won the ICC trophy for so long, or South Africa playing at a stage where they've never been before?
Oh, that's a good question, but I think perhaps India, because of the fan following that India has. South Africa, of course, there is a lot of cricket followers, but that's not the main sport in South Africa. Rugby is the main sport in South Africa, while for Indians, cricket is the main sport that they follow. So the pressure is definitely going to be more on the Indians than on the South Africans.
Okay, at the moment, Saibai, we can see both the teams undefeated in the tournament so far. Unfortunately, in sport, one team has to lose. So we will have a team that will end up on the losing side. The winning run is going to be broken. But in terms of likelihood, just man to man, the performances in the tournament so far, which team do you think goes in to this encounter, cricketing reasons wise, holding the edge in this encounter?
Cricketing reasons, India should win this because India has got a greater variety in their bowling. Their bowlers, both at the seam level as well as the spin level, are in good form, good rhythm, bowling really well. At the batters as well. I mean, when you look at the fact that at the top there's the skipper leading the way, then there is Rishabh Pant contributing lovely cameos. Then you have Surya Kumar Yadav. He's got 250s and almost another 50 the other day in the semi-final. And they're batting well. And down the order, Hardik Pandya, the way he's batting and propelling the score in the last 5-6 overs. So all set, India on cricketing, this thing form at the moment, India definitely better. And look at India's fielding. They've been fielding superbly and also very important in the T20 format. There have been very few no balls. In fact, hardly any no balls.
Okay, so I'm going to come back to you, also joined by a few cricket fans. He's got the American jersey on top and an Indian jersey inside. So that is what they call, are you American born?
No, I'm Indian born US citizen.
Ah, nice. So you've come all the way from America, made this trip. What are you expecting today?
Just nothing but the win and India lifting T20 World Cup. And Rohit Sharma, you are great.
Okay, all the best. Keep this energy for the game as well. Yeah, Saibai, coming back to the analysis, you compared the two teams. You gave India that slight edge because of the performance that they've been giving in this tournament. The one thing that many are saying could go against this Indian team is the lack of turnaround time. Now, remember, India just played a semi-final less than 2 days ago. I traveled with the team in the same flight. They reached here almost on Friday early morning. So, not too much of a turnaround time. That will play a role because the South African team finished their semi-final 12 hours before the Indian team did. Do you think that can play a role in the final?
I don't think so. I mean, that'll only be an excuse. These are professional cricketers, and for them, nothing like this should be an excuse. That they didn't reach in time or whatever it is. And they will not make the excuse. This team will not make the excuse. This team knows what it's capable of. This team is prepared to bear some of the hardships to win for the country. I think the teams that make this excuse that, oh, this was done and that was done, are the teams that don't actually deserve to win. India, they might not win today. Cricket is a funny game. But I don't think this Indian team and Rohit Sharma, Rahul Dravid will make no excuses about travel, etc. That may be said later on, to the Indian board, so that in the future you can have a situation. But I don't think publicly this Indian team will ever will be moaning and complaining. This team is not a team of moaners and complainers.
Okay, yes, you're absolutely right, Saima. That's at least the kind of sentiment that's come across from this Indian team throughout this campaign. They've taken on any condition, anything that's come their way, because their focus has been entirely on winning the trophy. Let me just talk to you a little bit about the conditions here, Saima. We know that Barbados has served up some good batting tracks this World Cup. This is the exact same strip where the Scotland-England match happened, and on that occasion, Scotland, it was a washed-out game, but on that occasion, Scotland were cruising 100-plus runs in 10 overs, so we know it's going to be a good batting track here in the finals. Guyana, everyone knew that the conditions were clearly in favor of India. The English team were outplayed, maybe conditions not to their liking. In Barbados here, good batting track. Which team do you think it suits more, the Indian team or the South African team?
Well, look at the man-to-man situation. South Africa has got some very good batters, no question. Quinton de Kock and the Klaassen are the two that they have to watch out for. And also Markram if he gets going. These are the three batters. But look at India's batting from top to bottom, right up to number 8, 9. They've got players who can smash the ball and hit the sixes. So clearly, as far as the batting depth is concerned, India that much better than the South Africans. So that said, South Africa has got a very, very incisive new ball attack. So those first maybe 6 to 8 overs are going to be crucial as far as India is concerned. By the way, Rohit Sharma has been batting. You know that if the ball is around, he's just going to smash it for sixes. And maybe this is the right time for Kohli, who's had a pretty ordinary tournament by his standards. Kohli could come good because he's a big match player. He's a big he's got the temperament to to come good in when it matters most.
Okay, Saima, you spoke about the two batters for India in Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. I'm going to pick your brains a little bit more on these two individuals. Let's start with Rohit Sharma. No doubt about it, he's been the game changer for India, especially the last two games. He's taken the game away from the opposition with the style with which he's batted. In this game, is his wicket the key? I'm looking at it from South Africa's perspective. Get Rohit Sharma out and you're in with a chance? Or do you think that no, this Indian batting order packs in a lot of power even lower down? What do you think? How important is Rohit Sharma going to be today?
Yeah, clearly, I think, with the depth that the Indian team has, there is no worry about, who gets out in the initial overs, because what this Indian team is looking to do is just to get as bright and as quick and as explosive a start as possible. You do that in the first 6 overs, where you get to maybe 50, 55, 60. What you do for 1 wicket, maybe, what you do is you put the opposition on the back foot. You give your team such a tremendous platform so the likes of Rishabh Pant, Hardik Pandya can come and then smash the ball around. So Rohit Sharma, with the kind of form he's in, his wicket certainly will be one that the South Africans will be looking to get. But even if they get Rohit Sharma early, there are enough batters down the order for India to put up a big total.
Okay, Saima, you spoke about Virat Kohli. You mentioned earlier in our broadcast that maybe, sorry about that, maybe this could be Virat Kohli's day. Maybe he's saving up his best for the big final. But what do you think he needs to do differently to succeed here? Have you noticed him, veer away from his natural game? Should he go back to his natural game? Should he go back to his natural stroke-making abilities? What do you think he needs to do? Tweak a few things in his game to be successful on this big final day? Or do you think, no, nothing needs to be changed? He's fine. It's just a matter of time before he gets those runs?
Just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. Class players don't lose it just like that. But the only thing that I would maybe think is that he's looking to power the ball a little much. And therefore, what is happening with trying to power the ball, he's losing his body balance the way he, the shape, as they call it, when he's looking to play. And that's why every time he's bowled, look at how his body position is when he's got bowled. So that's all that he's got to do, because you see, the ball before he got bowled in the semi-final, look at that 6 that he hit, magnificent 6, because he just stayed there, looked for timing. When you're looking to power the ball away, suddenly, the bat speed, everything changes. Just so what he needs to do is just play his normal game of timing, and the power that he can generate will come naturally.
Okay, maybe a slight tweak there, as Saiba is saying. We all remember that six that he hit in the semi-final. That was like bread and butter. Virat Kohli maybe concentrate on his strengths rather than really trying to bat very differently to what we have seen him all along. Okay, Saiba, the other thing we've seen with this Indian team, their go-to mantra this tournament has been bat first and win games, especially because day games, you know, batting first seems to be the way to go. There's no disadvantage, bowling second, no due as such. So that's what the Indian team has been doing. We also saw the English team make a mistake, put India into bat in the semi-final previously. What do you think should be Indian team's approach here? Again, follow something that's working for them, bat first, win the game. But the only reason you could see a team decide to chase here, because rain is expected, not heavy rain, but there could be, you know, drizzle here and there, which could then lead to a shortened game. And when you're batting second, you always can keep a track of Duckworth-Lewis. Do you think that's going to play onto the mind of the Indian team and then they would want to chase? Or no, stick to your tried and tested formula, bat first, like you've been doing?
They should bat first because of the spin strength that they have, because this pitch will help a little bit of turn, no question about it. And for a wrist spinner like Kuldeep Yadav, you don't really need any surface help. The wrist spinners generally get the ball to turn anyway, even on glass. Good wrist spinners. So nothing to worry about over there. India really should bat first, because South Africa, as we have all been talking about them, this is probably their first ICC final in what, 30 odd years. So they will be under great pressure even to chase a small total. So India should bat first. This is what I think.
Big fun. Watch all your programs there.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Good job.
Thank you. As Mr. Gavaskar there is saying that, you know, bat first, that's been India's strength, and that's exactly what they've been doing, and it's really worked for the Indian team. Okay, Saiba, I'm going to talk about India's 11. Only two areas where they can even think about making a change, though I doubt there'll be any change to the 11. But let me pick your brains on that. The first one, Shivam Dube has not been in great form. There are talks that maybe for the final, bring in someone like a Sanju Samson. We saw the Indian team, it takes me back to that 2007 T20 final. Suddenly, out of the blue, a left field selection, Yusuf Pathan comes in for the final. The Indian team is known to do that. You reckon they could do this, tinker, or do you think, no, the winning combination continues for you in the final too?
Well, it'll be difficult to bring in suddenly somebody who, who's not played before, because the pitches here are different. So for somebody like a Samson or even a Jaiswal to come in might not be that easy. And you're talking about a final as well. And don't forget, in 2007, there were not much expectations. So the pressure, even if you brought in a newcomer into the final, the pressure wouldn't be as much as now. So by newcomer, I mean somebody who will be batting for the first time or playing for the first time. I don't think the Indian team will change a winning combination. If you had to bring somebody, I think they would probably even look at Jaiswal, because left-hander for left-hander is what they would have thought. But no, I don't think they'll make any changes, because there are a couple of innings that Shivam Dube has played, which against USA. That partnership with Surya Kumar Yadav steadied the India innings, and in another match he's got a 20-odd. So I think they won't make any changes, not for the finals.
Okay, and that's the batting, as you said. Unlikely they're going to make any changes in the batting. In the bowling department, I know it may sound odd to even think of changing that bowling combination, considering how well they've gone in the tournament so far. But if the pitch is going to be, as is expected, to be a belter of a track, we've seen in Barbados sometimes there's a bit of juice for fast bowlers. Fast bowlers then can come into it. Could India even think about a fast bowler in, let's say, a Siraj who's played matches in this tournament coming instead of a spinner, or do you think no, that will be too risky at this stage?
No, they won't change the bowling combination, because the way Hardik Pandya is coming in as the third seam bowler has been brilliant, because he will fulfill the role of that third seam bowler. Don't think there'll be any changes, because with that you will also maybe just weaken the batting a little bit down the order. Kuldeep can hang in there, score a few runs. Siraj is probably not capable of that at the moment. So clearly, I think there won't be any changes. I can't see a change in this in this lineup, unless there is somebody who's sick or somebody's got a niggle. I don't think there'll be a change in this Indian team from the semi-final lineup.
Okay, plenty more to come with Mr. Gavaskar, but let me show you quickly a weather update. I know a lot of you would be expecting as to what the weather is at the moment. I'm showing you the blue skies here. No threatening dark clouds, no grey clouds anywhere in the horizon that I can see, and that is great news. There was rain forecasted 2 days ago here on final day. As of now, the weather gods have been very kind. I don't see, as I mentioned, rain anywhere around. There is a 40-50% chance of rain, maybe in the next 30 minutes, 40 minutes. At least that is what the Met Department was saying. But at the moment, if you to ask me, I'm right outside the Kensington Oval. The ground is to my right. I do not even see that happen. We are 40 minutes away from the toss. So as things stand right now, the toss should happen on time. We saw in Guyana the toss was delayed. I don't think that you will have a delayed toss here. So the toss will happen on time. Maybe the game also starts in time. There could be showers later on, but overall the general weather forecast for the day is good. And you remember also have that 90-minute buffer time. So most likely you're going to see a full game, a full 40-over game. So that's the latest weather update from here in Barbados. Okay, let me go back to Sunil Gavaskar, who's still live with us on the broadcast. The other thing, this game is being looked at as this could be a last for a few very important members of the Indian team. I'll break that down one by one. But what do you make of this whole concept of winning it for an individual? Because, you know, there is this one soundbite of Rahul Dravid that's gone viral where he was asked that you want the team to win it for you because it's your last game as coach, and he said, no, I don't want the team to win it for me. They should not be winning it for anyone. They should be winning it because the World Cup is there. He said, you know, it's much like you ask somebody, why do you climb Mount Everest? It's not that he's climbing Mount Everest for someone. He's climbing Mount Everest because the Mount Everest is there. So what do you make of that attitude that the Indian team is showing? It's not about anyone. The World Cup is there. We are one of the top teams in the world. We are expected to win it, and we want to win it.
Look, I think as a sentiment, you want to obviously win it for somebody. Basically, the Indian team will want to win it for their millions of fans all over the world. You know, and in that, Rahul Dravid also will be a part of it. I know the 2011 team wanted to win it for Sachin Tendulkar because Sachin Tendulkar was, I think, along with Javed Miandati, he has been the only player who has played in 6 World Cups. So, and they knew that it was going to be his last 50 overs World Cup, and so they wanted to win for him. So clearly, I think that sentiment was there in that 2011 team that they wanted to win for Tendulkar. And over here, I think also Rahul Dravid has been a very well-liked coach. It's hugely admired by everybody in the team for the way he's handled them, the way he's been so totally fair, impartial with everybody. So clearly, I think, yes, there would be sentiment. They are not saying it. They might not be saying it, but maybe at the end they will say, look, this was for Rahul Dravid. But it is, make no mistake, you win it for your country. You win it for all the millions of fans all over the world that you have. Because this win will just give happiness to every single Indian cricket follower all over the world. So you want to really win it for them. And like I said, Rahul Dravid is also an Indian cricket fan. He might be the coach, but he's also an Indian cricket fan.
Yes. Yeah, so that's very well put. You got to win it for fans. I think they are the most important stakeholders of the sport that we all love. I can see the passion when I meet thousands of fans that turn up to the ground. They spend good money, hard-earned money, just go. A lot of them are sleeping at the airports, but traveling just to support the team that they love. And so that passion is there for everyone to see. And I guess you don't need any more motivation than to win it for the fans. So we're talking about doing it for someone. Do you think, win or lose, this game is very important because possibly we are watching Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli played T20Is, T20 internationals. I reckon they'll continue to play the IPL. T20 international for the Indian team for the very last time. You reckon that might be the case? That's why this is also another occasion that makes it so special?
Well, we've got examples of players who have played well beyond what both these players are currently. And the next T20 World Cup is going to be in India. So that's also something, which you want to do. You want to, maybe bid farewell in front of your Indian fans, win the cup for your fans at home. So that could also be something that both these, wonderful players would be looking to do. Let's not jump the gun. I think at the end of the day, sometimes, your body tells you, look, this is what, you can do. This is, you can't do any more of this. So only they know how their fitness levels, and more importantly, what their mind is telling them. Are they enjoying being part of this T20 format? Are they enjoying, playing this? So it is for them, but for them to take the call. But I do think that maybe because if the World Cup, next T20 World Cup wasn't in India, maybe you could say, yeah, maybe this could be their last one. But because it's in India, they might want to, play in India as well.
Okay, that would be rather interesting. But yeah, right now I'm sure both of them focused on the immediate future rather than the long-term future. We're running out of time with Mr. Gavaskar. He needs to go to our sister channel in Aaj Tak. But Zahi, before I let you go, if you could pass on one message, you're not here, I know. It's not that you're delivering a speech in the dressing room, but if you had to pass on one message to the Indian team, just moments before the game begins, to the Indian fans, just moment before this big final begins, what would that be?
The message would be, do what you've done so far in the tournament. Just go out and play the way that you have, and above all, believe in yourself.
Okay, perfectly summed up by Mr. Gavaskar. Go out there, believe in yourself, give your best, and that's exactly what the Indian team has been doing. Mr. Gavaskar, thank you so much for joining us